everyone! Would you like to improve your English grammar by learning about causative verbs in English? Welcome to Jen Studio. My name is Jen, and today you're going to learn what a causative verb is, along with the 5 most common causative verbs in English and how to use them. As you know, a verb is an action word in English. It is doing something. A causative verb in English, however, is a very specific verb. It is a verb that is used when you want to describe the fact that somebody is causing or creating the change in something else. It's causing someone else or something else to do something. So when we use causative verbs in English, there will always be 2 verbs in our sentence. The causative verb, then our object, and then another verb. The 5 causative verbs in English are make, have, get, let, and help. There are other causative verbs, of course, but these are the 5 most common ones and the ones that are used most often. Let's take a look at our first causative verb for today's lesson, which is make. When we use make as a causative verb, it means to force somebody to do something or to require that someone do a certain action. When we make sentences with make as a causative verb, we start with our subject. Then we use the causative verb make. And remember, you can put it in any verb tense, simple present, simple past, present continuous, any verb tense. Plus, then you have your object. Then, directly after that object, who is doing the action, who is being made to do the action, then you have a base verb. And that base verb is what the action is. What is somebody making you do? That action, that verb there. For example, he makes me feel happy. So the subject is he. Makes is our causative verb, me is the object, and feel is the base verb. So your causative verb and your base verb are being separated by your object, in this case me. So he makes me feel so happy. I usually make my husband do the dishes. So the subject of the sentence is I, me. The causative verb is make. The object is my husband. And what do I usually make him do? Do the dishes. The base verb is do. I usually make my husband do the dishes because I hate washing dishes. My parents made me share with my younger brother. So when I was a child, my parents made me share with my younger brother. The second causative verb that we're going to take a look at today is have. When we use have as a causative verb in English, it has 2 different meanings. The main meaning that we use is to request or ask somebody to do something. When we use have in this way, it is used in almost the exact same way that we looked at when we took a look at make. So you start with your subject, then you use have in any verb tense, plus a person. The object will always be a person for this way that it's used, and then a base verb, just like for make. So subject plus have plus person plus base verb. I have my students do homework every night. I is the subject, have is the causative verb, my students is the object, and do is the base verb. So I have my students do homework every night. My mother has me help her with technology. The boss had everyone stay at the office late. So in those 3 example sentences, you could see that the object in the sentence was a person followed by a base verb. The other way that we can use have as a causative verb is when have will take on the meaning of to give somebody the responsibility of doing something. And when we use it as a causative verb in this way, you'll start again with your subject, and then have in any verb tense, and then a thing. The object of your sentence in this case has to be a thing, not a person. And then after that thing, you will use the past participle. Remember that the past participle is verb number 3, the third verb. So in my favorite verb, eat, ate, eaten, eaten is the past participle. It's verb number 3. For example, he has his hair cut once a month. So the subject is he, the verb has, the thing, the object is his hair, and the past participle is cut. I had my computer repaired last week. Again, you can see the object is a thing, my computer. The past participle, repaired. I had my computer repaired last week. Our neighbors are having their house renovated now. Our third causative verb for today's lesson is get. When we use get as a causative verb, it means to convince somebody to do something. You are persuading them or encouraging them to do the action. The formula for using get in this way is subject plus get in any tense plus a person plus an infinitive. The infinitive is to plus a base verb. So you need to use the preposition to before the base verb when you're using get as a causative verb. My coworker gets me to help her with her tasks. So the subject is my coworker, the verb, causative verb, gets, the object, me, and then to help. To help is the infinitive. And then to help her with her tasks. My coworker gets me to help her with her tasks. I got my friend to try sushi for the first time. We are getting a celebrity to endorse the new product. Get as a causative verb can actually be used in one more way, but it's more informal. So the other way that we can use get as a causative verb is similar to the second way that we used have. And that is to give somebody the obligation to do something. If you use get in this way, the formula is also similar to the second way that we used have. So it is subject plus get plus a thing plus a past participle. Remember that this way of using get is informal, but let me give you 3 examples of how this works. He gets his suits made at the tailor there. In this sentence, it actually is possible to replace gets with has. He has his suits made at the tailor there. So it's an informal way of saying what you could say with the verb have instead. And you can see that his suits is an example of a thing and not a person. So then we need to use the past participle, which is made. They got the car fixed yesterday. She got her legs waxed for her trip to the beach. The fourth most common causative verb in English is let. When we use the verb let as a causative verb, it means to allow somebody to do something, to permit them, give them permission to do something. The formula to use let as a causative verb is subject plus let in any of the verb tenses plus object plus base verb. So it's the exact same formula that you used when you make sentences using the verb make as a causative verb. My boss lets us finish work early on Fridays. My neighbor lets her kids watch violent movies. She let her friend sleep on the sofa after missing the last bus home. The fifth most common verb that we use as a causative verb in English is help. When we use help as a causative verb, it means to assist someone in doing something or to aid them in doing something. When we use help as a causative verb, there are 2 ways that we can use it, but the meaning will be the same. So the formula is subject plus help plus object plus base verb, or subject plus help plus object plus infinitive, which is the to plus base verb. So after your object, whether you use a base verb or an infinitive after using help as the causative verb, either way is correct. Personally, as a native speaker, I feel that it is more common to simply use the base verb. However, people do it both ways, so whichever way you feel like doing it, base verb or infinitive, is fine. Chamomile tea helps me relax. Or chamomile tea helps me to relax. Both of those sentences have the exact same meaning. There's no difference between those two sentences at all. The cute guy helped her to carry heavy boxes. Or, the cute guy helped her carry heavy boxes. Jen's Jugyo is helping you improve your English. Or, Jen's Jugyo is helping you to improve your English. Both of these sentences have the same meaning and are hopefully correct, so please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. So that is how to use make, have, get, let, and help as causative verbs in English. Hopefully this lesson will help you to improve your English grammar by understanding exactly how causative verbs will work in your sentences. And now it's time for question of the day. Today's question is, what is something that your parents made you do when you were a child? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Good luck with your English studies, everyone, and I'll see you in the next lesson.